Hello everyone and welcome to the Influencer Barbie channel. We have Miss Barbie Roberts and I am Barbie's assistant. My name is Beverly and I am an adult Barbie enthusiast. Welcome to our Barbieverse. We create content for people who love all things Barbie as much as we do. Now, when I saw that Five Below had some new teeny tiny sets, I had to go and get those. And what I ended up doing was ordering them online for in-store pickup, just because all of the Five Belows that we have in the Albuquerque area were showing that these sets were either not available or low availability. So I wanted to make absolutely certain that I was able to get all three of these new sets. So you may have to do that if you want to get these at Five Below right now. We have three sets. The first is the high tea set, and we have a tea time theme to it. These little bees here are super cute. And I think we're going to get some good pieces for the Barbie house from this. The next set is the picnic party. And I just love this little picnic basket here. I think that is going to be a lot of fun for Barbie and her friends. And the third set is the retro diner, and I think we're going to get some good pieces out of this one as well. So each of these has 20 pieces in the set, and Teeny Tinies has started identifying what everything is, which can be helpful on some of these sets to figure out exactly what you're looking at with some of the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox these off camera just because I think that it may be a little bit difficult to get some of the pieces out of the boxes here. So we'll be back in just a second after we do that. Okay, we're back. And that unboxing actually wasn't too difficult. Sometimes the teeny tiny sets can get kind of stuck in the plastic and you have to pry it out with a tool, but most everything in these boxes was pretty easy to get out. So let's take a look at everything. And with the teeny tiny set, they usually do include a little background inside the box that goes with the theme of the set. So here's our high tea set with a little tea party theme to it. And I do like the fact that Teeny Tinies has started identifying everything in the set, because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to tell. Like here we have 3 kinds of sandwiches. So it's nice that they've told us what exactly our sandwiches are. But let's take a look at all of the items that we got. And the first is this little pastry platter. It's plastic, and it is one molded piece in this sort of yellow gold plastic, and the white plates are attached here. You might be able to remove them, but I am not going to try that because I'm afraid that I will break this. So for now we're going to keep it as one piece, and I brought in some extra tables here so we can set everything up. And then we also have 2 little gray silver plastic platters to serve everything on. We have a lemon meringue pie. The painting on mine is a little cracked, but I think that's something that we could probably touch up with a little bit of paint. And because I did order these online for in-store pickup, I couldn't pick out my own packages. And I did check to see if they had any others when I picked them up, and they didn't, so I couldn't swap out boxes if things were not quite right. I've got a cute little teapot here with a little floral pattern on it. And it's all one piece. The top doesn't remove and the spout is solid, so we can't put any tea in here to pour out. And another thing about teeny tinies is that sometimes the items that come in the sets might scale a little bit on the small side, but everything here looks like it's going to be a pretty good scale for Barbie and her friends. And these two cute little teacups with the same floral pattern, and I think these are also going to be a good size for Barbie. This here is identified as scones. Put that there. And here are our sandwiches. So I think these would be our egg salad sandwiches. These are designed to look like as if it's 3 sandwiches, but it's all one molded piece of plastic and with just the painting on one side. And these would be our cucumber sandwiches and our smoked salmon sandwiches. So that will all look really cute together. We have a bowl of sugar cubes, and again it's all one piece, but the sugar cubes are fairly nicely defined. The painting's a little off, but that's something that you could touch up with a little bit of paint. And then we have a plate with a whole lemon and a sliced lemon here, and again it's molded in one piece. And we have a chocolate eclair. So, oh, and I forgot the little creamer with our tea set. We have a jar of orange marmalade, and that's really cute. And then we have a strawberry donut. And 3 macarons. It's all one piece of plastic and it's all one color, but again, that's something that you could touch up with paint to bring out the details and make it look a little bit more realistic. Those there. And we've looked at some other teeny tiny sets in previous videos, and I'll put a link to those up here. And with our pastry shop teeny tiny set, we also got some donuts, so we could combine elements from the high tea set and the pastry shop to get more donuts and treats for the dolls to have with their tea party. And we'll swap out the box for our high tea with the picnic party. And I forgot to show you on the front, there's these really cute little ants on it for our picnic theme. And here is the background for the picnic party. Because I did order these online, my box was a little bit mangled, but we can probably flatten that out a little bit if we wanted to use this background for anything. It has a cute little picnic themed background to it. And again, the back of the box does identify everything here. And so first we have this cute little table. The bottom and the insides of the legs are molded, and this little tablecloth is actually a continuation of the table, so that does not come off. The table is a little bit small for Barbie scale. This would be not even up to Barbie's knees, but I was thinking that maybe we could use this in the Barbie house. Maybe we might be able to cut off these little bits that form the tablecloth and then paint over it, and then maybe use this as a little bench. Maybe we'll build a mud room for the Barbie house, an entryway, so then the dolls can take off their shoes when they come inside the house, and a place for them to put their purses and other things that you would, and coats, things that you would have in a mud room. So that little table could be handy for that. We have this really cute little circular tray. It's actually a fairly big scale for a tray, but if this is things that you would take on a picnic, then the tray would be a good scale for putting everything into. But that's really nice. We're going to have to use that in the Barbie kitchen somehow. And this picnic basket is so adorable. It actually opens. It's hollow inside, so we could put all of our food items in there. These little things on the side, they're kind of made to look like a napkin or some sort of decorative cloth that you have on the inside and it's poking out. Again, this is just little pieces of plastic with a sticker on it, but I think it's really cute, and Barbie and her friends are going to have to go on a picnic and maybe take along the tea set and other things to have a very fancy picnic outside. So we have a little cheese and cold cut charcuterie board here, and I think these are green olives, and then maybe some brie here on the side. This is all one piece, and it's painted or maybe some stickers to give the detail. We got a little smudge there, but that's really cute, and that'll be nice to have for a party for the dolls. We have a little baguette. It's all one piece of plastic, and it's not painted, but we could probably paint this to give it a little bit more detail and make it look more like a proper baguette. Then this is identified as a lemonade pitcher and lemonade glass. So this piece actually has a bit of heft to it, and looks yellow on the inside to look as if it actually has lemonade in it, and a little sticker around the outside. Same thing for the glass. It's made to look yellow on the inside, and a cute little straw. And those are also a good scale for the Barbies. We have a bottle of sparkling water. We'll see if we can get that to stand up. And then we have 2 pieces of plastic that are made to look like a bag of chips and a bag of orange slices. And we have some napkins. Again, these are a piece of plastic, and it's only detailed on one side. Put that there. We have a watermelon, and that's, again, one piece of plastic, but it's made to look as though there's a slice with the wedge of watermelon. We have a sub sandwich. And another sandwich. This one has a little bit of texturing on the top, and the bottom is smooth. And it's actually pretty nicely painted along here to look as though you've got meat and tomatoes and maybe some cucumbers and lettuce. So that's pretty cute. And then we have a jar of honey. The sticker needs to be stuck down a little bit better. And a jar of fig jam. That's an interesting choice for jam. Let me know in the comments, do you like fig jam? What's your favorite flavor of jam? We'll set these up. Here we go. And then this is identified here as sour cream and onion dip, I guess to go with our chips. Or actually, no, I have that wrong. This is the sour cream and onion dip, and this is the bowl of hummus. And then we have a tray of deviled eggs. And we actually looked at the MGA mini spring capsules where there was a really cute little tray of deviled eggs. And I'll put a link to that video here as well. So maybe we could combine our deviled eggs here with the MGA deviled eggs. And this is identified as a pasta salad. And I'm surprised the paint job actually looks pretty good on it. And it's all one piece, so it's not removable from the plate. But that's pretty good. We could add that with our other salads that we've gotten in some other sets, like the Mediterranean salad. So we can have quite the spread of food in the Roberts family kitchen when the family is cooking. We'll consolidate things a little bit here. I hope that I'm going to have enough space to fit our retro diner set on here as well. So we'll swap that out. And here's the background for the retro diner. That's pretty cute little background. And these little backgrounds are just printed on cardstock. So if you decide that you don't like the image here, you've got cardstock to use. And again, it shows us what everything is on the back. This one doesn't have, you know, like a bee or ant theme to it, but we do have some images from the diner on there. Since I'm not planning on making a diner for the dolls, I'm not certain what we're going to end up using these things for. So we have the soda machine that you could put on the counter of the diner, and a tabletop jukebox. Maybe we should build a family room to the Roberts house, and then the kids could have a jukebox in the family room, and I guess a soda machine, so when they're all hanging out, they have sodas. Here's the napkin holder and table number, and this is just a sticker that's on here for the napkin holder, and then number 1 on both sides. And again, I don't know how we could use that in the Barbie house. Alright, so the next thing we have is the menu for the diner. And this is designed to look like a book. It's a molded piece of plastic with the menu is just a sticker on the front. And we could actually turn that into a book and put that in the bookcases for the Barbie house. We might have to do some sort of diner or cafe for the dolls. And this piece I'm really excited about. This is a waffle maker. And personally, I've never seen a waffle maker on the counter in a diner. I was thinking, well, maybe it's like a, making guacamole at your table type thing. Instead, we'll, make waffles at your table. But I thought this was going to look really cute in the Roberts family kitchen. The waffle maker does open and close. And it's pretty nicely detailed. I think this would look really cute in the kitchen. And we'll knock our lemonade onto the floor of the Barbie studio. And this comes with 2 waffles. And maybe if we put them in here, that might give the waffle maker a little extra weight to not tip over. And we have a little milkshake. It's a molded piece of plastic with a sticker on front. But it's a good scale for Barbie. And if we build that family room, maybe Barbie and her sisters can hang out there and watch television and have milkshakes. So for food, we have a stack of pancakes with syrup and butter molded and painted on it. It's all one piece of plastic. But that's something that the Roberts family can have in their kitchen for breakfast. Have a slice of key lime pie with a little spoon molded on the plate. Personally, I love key lime pie, but I don't know how popular that is among people who go to diners. So I think that's an interesting choice with the fig jam. And again, I love fig jam. And we have a cinnamon roll. It's, again, a molded piece of plastic. And I don't know if this little post here was part of the molding process, or I guess we can just say this is a caramel chip that is stuck to the outside of our sweet roll there. And we also have a hamburger. It's a bit on this, maybe a tiny bit small for Barbie, but we also have a little tray here, a little basket that's made to look as though it has a piece of wax paper or a napkin lining it. The hamburger doesn't quite fit into it, so we needed another plate to go with this. But we do have what is identified as a grilled cheese sandwich, and has some little markings on the top part. So that actually fits into our little basket. I'm running out of space here. Let's put that on the waffle maker. And we have a little envelope of fries. And normally if you eat at a diner, they put the fries on the plate or in the tray. So it's interesting to have the fries in the container. This is identified as a sugar container, but it is a bit on the small side for sugar. I don't know, maybe the diner staff is telling us that we need to cut back on our sugar consumption. So that's a little bit on the small side, but we do have an adorable little mustard and ketchup squeeze bottle, and these are a good size for Barbie, and I actually like these better than some of the mustard and ketchup containers that we've gotten in Barbie play sets, so we might have to put those into our Barbie kitchen. And we did also get a coffee cup and a glass. It's actually plastic, but these are really nice. This is a good scale to be a coffee cup for Barbie, and the same with the glass. I mean, it's not something that she could hold, but it's a good scale, and I wish they would have given us 2 coffee cups and 2 glasses for this set, so then Barbie can go to the diner with a friend of hers. And some plates would have been nice too, but the teeny tiny sets, they do usually include like 20 pieces, so but I think we could have done without maybe our placeholder in favor of getting some plates to go here. But I think overall, these are 2 cute little play sets. I forgot to mention these are from Five Below, so each play set was $5. And I think that we can combine a lot of the items that we got here today with things from previous teeny tiny sets, and also with our Mattel Barbie play sets, and like the MGA Make It Minis foods. We can combine that all into the Robert's Kitchen so that Barbie and her friends and family can do some cooking and just have a lot of fun here. So let me know in the comments below which of these were your favorite items. I absolutely love this waffle maker. I think that is going to be a really nice addition to the Barbie kitchen. We can add that to our other appliances like the blender and the mixer that we have. And this picnic basket, that is just so adorable. So thank you very much for watching, and please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really does help our channel to grow. And once we hit some subscriber milestones, we plan to have some fun giveaways. And if you would like a chance of getting a shout out in a future video, just comment below with the hashtag #InfluencerBarbie. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in our next episode here in the Barbieverse. Bye-bye!